Hey everyone, welcome back to Silent Facts Entertainment. Today's show we will actually let you guys know all the updates on all the stimulus packages. We'll go over the phases and we'll also go over how you guys can stay on top of the ones that are about to be released so you can be able to get the benefit out of it and actually get some of your money as a business owner and also as a person that actually don't have work at the moment. But before we jump into anything, you know what you gotta do. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as you're watching the video. Yup, right there as you going up. Wait, what you doing? We see you. Go right there. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification button. And don't forget to click on the like button. We really appreciate it, guys. Okay, we're going to start with the phases. Phase 1, they actually funded $8.3 billion towards the coronavirus. As soon as coronavirus was actually getting to its high peak, they decided to send that money out for that. To phase 2 of this pandemic, they actually funded $100 billion towards unemployment benefits along with food assistance and much more. In phase 3 of the pandemic, they actually had a budget of $2 trillion. $367 billion went towards the small businesses, and then they had $130 billion that went towards hospitals. Then we actually have $500 billion put aside for the large companies. $25 billion went towards the airlines. $150 billion went towards the state and government. And then the remainder went towards the unemployment help, which, provided $600 extra additional to your unemployment check. And then $1,200 check to everybody that actually did qualify. Right now, with that $1,200 stimulus check, we only had 80% people received it within the last weeks. And there's still more people that did not get it because they don't probably have a direct deposit or they didn't probably meet the standards. All you have to do is go on the IRS website and you'll be able to get all those details on why you didn't get it or if you qualify, and you can actually check to see your status of your check. Phase 3.5, $484 billion was put actually to fund this phase here. $310 billion went back towards the small businesses, because remember I told you guys on the other phase of phase 3 when they actually did it initially, what happened, a lot of large companies like Shake Shack went and actually took a majority of that back, and that's why small businesses was not able to continue to receive fundings, and only a few of them received it, but a lot of them did not receive it. That's what made them decide to put back $310 billion towards that PPP loan. That was the name of the funding. $60 billion went towards the EIDL loan. I already made a video to show you guys actually how to apply for that. That same link, I'm going to leave it in the description below. And then when you go back on that link, right now you're going to see you're not able to fill it out. So when it actually does pass, when this phase does pass, it's going to actually change, and it's going to let you know you can actually fill it out once again. But for those of you that did not receive the EIDL grant, you'll be able to get it this time around. You must apply fast. If you don't apply fast, same way it ran out the first time, it's going to run out faster. $25 billion went towards testing, for individuals that may have the coronavirus. This is all what happened in phase 3.5. Talk about the proposals now. We have the biggest one right now, and it's called a $2,000 stimulus check per month per person, as long as you're 16 years and older and you're making below $130,000 for the year. That's pretty much a lot of people. If you're a parent and every child you have, you will be able to receive $500 per child. And they're talking about this for every month, so if you look at the numbers for this to be going every month, that's an extra $448 billion they have to spend. Man, this is on top of that. They're talking about canceling mortgages, canceling rent payment, and it won't affect your credit for the next 6 to 12 months. Now let's talk about the latest one they're talking about in the House with the Democrats. They're talking about releasing a $2,000 amount per person as long as you've been in the United States 3 months prior, December 31st. They would actually give you that money for a good 12 months, and then after you'll get another $1,000 within the 12 months after that. So that's what they're saying right now. They actually are talking about, and whether you're a citizen, non-citizen, it don't matter. As long as you have proof you actually been here 3 months prior, December 31st, you're gonna make that money every month for the next 12 months. After that, another 1,000 for the 12 months after that. And the way you're going to be able to receive it is, you know, you can actually apply for a debit card online, or they're going to just direct deposit you the money, you know. So either way, you're going to receive that if that get passed, you know, which they can pass it, man. You might as well just stop working if they pass that, you know what I mean? Because that's just free money every day. So the way they talked about how they're gonna pay that off, that if that actually do pass, they're gonna pretty much mint platinum coins. In other words, print more money, you know what I mean? You might as well just say that. And all these new proposals, we won't actually know if it's gonna happen or not until we actually see them signing the bill. You know, so they have a schedule right now for Congress to be back in office on May 4th. So we'll actually get more updates, you know, from that time on what they decide to do. Now, after talking about all these proposals, all these phases that, you know, the government is trying to provide to us, you know, with all this money, I just want to give you guys the craziest news ever. The U.S. just acquired more than $24 trillion in national debt. You know, now you and I are actually responsible for that, because we have to now pay a lot of those taxes because of all these $1 trillion is acquired within just few weeks. And this is just few weeks. You know, think about that. Few weeks we already hit a couple $1 trillion in more debt than we already in. So we're gonna actually be paying that back two ways. The first way, obviously, taxes. Instead of them using our tax money for things that's important, now we have to pay back all this money. Now the next thing is something called inflation. You know, as they always say, the more you print money, the more your money loses value. If you're saving your money for 10 years, what you used to buy for $10 now costs $15 to $20 because your money lost value. So that's what inflation is. So that's another way we're going to pay this back. You know, just don't be surprised when you start going to the stores within next year or 2 more years, everything just look like it's a higher amount. That's because our money been printed so much, it lost a lot of value. This brings me to really think that, you know, if they keep doing this, if they keep printing money like this and actually making the economy get worse, we're gonna definitely we're looking at a Great Depression ×2. You know, now I'm not saying this to scare anybody or make you guys feel like you need to quit your life or kill yourself. I'm just letting you know, if you're not financially educated, you're gonna be in a worse situation. You know, you're actually gonna be in a big financial problem if you're not financially educated. Right now, you and I need to make sure that whatever we're doing, because the money is losing value, we make sure we're growing our money. We need to make sure that we out there investing our money and actually growing our money, whether it's online or whatever we're doing. Don't just put your money on the floor and just save it there. And the next thing we need to do is we need to make sure we actually acquiring gold and silver, because right now this dollar or this money that we're talking about is actually not backed up with anything. So whatever happens to it is gonna just happen. So we need to have real money, which is gold and silver. Make sure you're investing into that. And if you haven't, try your best to save it, and don't ever sell that, because you don't know what's gonna happen. Pretty much it for the show today, guys. I hope I gave you guys a lot of value. I hope you guys got a lot of understanding what's going on. And if you know this was actually helpful, share this with a friend, like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. Maybe there's something that you want to ask or you want to know more about. I will also leave all the links on the description below in case you guys have not received the links from the other videos, and also to keep you guys on track of anything. But yep, you guys have a good rest of your time, and we'll see you next time.